Monday, March 26, 1827. A date that will go down in history, so my uncle says. I don't care about history. All I know is that the world has lost Ludwig van Beethoven. He's gone, and I'll miss him. There was a time when I got to know him very well. It wasn't a very happy time for me. My father had just died. And to make things worse, Mr. Beethoven moved in upstairs.
It was pure luck. I heard the man was looking for a studio. You're really very privileged, Christoph, to have such a great composer living under your roof. All my classmates at the conservatory are crazy with envy. Try to look upon this as a bit of an adventure. Christoph, your mother's worried. You've got to try to pull yourself out of this mood you're in. You've got to think of her. I know these past few months have been hard on you. I miss your father, too. Remember, he was my only brother. I know how you feel.
No, you don't, Uncle Kurt.
He's here.
Please be careful of the walls. Sophie, grab the twins. They're getting in the way.
It'll all be fine. He just has to settle in.
Christoph, I know it's a very difficult time for you. It is for me as well. But just try to help me, not hinder me. Christoph.
Make him go away. I don't want a stranger living in our house, especially a madman. One night he might murder us all in our beds.
Oh, now. I know he seems a bit peculiar, but...
Peculiar? Listen to that.
You shouldn't blame him. I'm not sure the poor man can hear all the noise he makes.
Mother, how dare he move into Father's office and take his place? How dare he take over as if he is the owner and we are the lodgers?
Christoph, we have to give Mr. Beethoven a chance. We need the income. You're the man of the house now, and you have to try to understand our situation. Please.
I miss Father.
Christoph, eat your porridge. It's dreadful when it's cold.
It's dreadful when it's hot.
60 beans he wants. 60 beans in each and every cup of coffee. And he wants to count them. And he threw my perfectly good breakfast on the floor. I don't eat breakfast, he says. I always eat out, he says, high and mighty like. Well, that's the best news I heard so far, I says to him. Mark my words, madam. I won't be long in this house with him in it.
There he is, the crazy man. Hey, you. Hey, mister.
looks like a big hairy ape. Hey, ape man. Big face, big face. Hey, Christoph, why do you have to rent rooms to crazy people? 'Cause he's poor now. My mom said so. Christoph lives in a loony bin. Christoph lives in a loony bin. Christoph lives in a loony bin.
Yes?
My name is Schindler. Is this the residence of Mr. Beethoven?
No. He has moved away.
Away? Are you sure? I realize my friend is restless. He has a reputation for moving from place to place in fairly quick order. But 2 days? Surely not.
You mean he doesn't stay in one place for very long?
Not in my experience.
He's just gone out.
Well, I won't wait, but please give him my card. Where does he find these places?
Oh. Da, da, da. Ah!
Stop! You can't do that!
Least he can say he's seen Beethoven create.
Lord help me. There's things growing on this food.
Let's see. Ugh, Sophie.
Oh, I wish he'd stuck to his vow to eat out. But he seems to have grown attached to my bread pudding. Not that I blame him. My husband says it's the best in Vienna. I think he married me for it.
Sophie, tell Mother. Then she'll have to make him leave.
Oh, it's not my place to tell your mother anything.
But she'll listen to you.
Talk to your Uncle Kurt. This was all his idea. What I'd like to know is where he disappears to every day. He's up to no good. That's what my husband says. He probably drinks.
The special or the menu?
Menu. Special. I ordered the special.
That is the special. Beef.
Herring and potatoes.
No, sir. That's Tuesday special.
It is Tuesday.
No, sir. It's Wednesday and it's beef. You should have looked at the menu or perhaps a calendar. You should have tried it. It's not too bad.
Uncle Kurt, Uncle Kurt!
Christoph, what are you doing here?
I have the proof I need.
Proof of what?
That your great hero, Mr. Beethoven, is completely crazy. Wait till you hear. I followed him on one of his walks. You won't believe this. So, you won't help me. It's fine for you. You don't have to live with him.
Christoph, I know how frustrating it must be to live with a man like Beethoven. But you have to try to imagine what it must feel like for him.
You're as bad as Mother.
Well, think about it. All day long, he hears music in his head. Now, everyone around him only hears his wild noises, but he hears beautiful music. Music that he'll share with us someday.
You've been at the conservatory too long.
Mr. Beethoven thinks that he can change the world with his music.
Music? There is no music. He just bangs away at his piano. There are so many broken strings, it looks like a bird's nest.
He must be so miserable.
What about me? I'm miserable.
He used to be renowned as a pianist. That's all I meant.
Mother says he's working on a symphony. I don't know why. He's already done a 6th, a 7th, an 8th.
And this will be his 9th.
I hope it's his last.
I've got a class. Say hello to your mother and kiss the twins for me. Christoph, try to see the other side of the man. You might appreciate each other's company.
This was all your idea.
Is this the residence of Mr. Ludwig von Beethoven?
Yes, sir.
The prince has instructed that if Mr. Beethoven is busy, please do not disturb him.
Sophie! Mother! Mr. Beethoven! Mr. Beethoven! Mr. Beethoven! Mr. Beethoven!
The little gatekeeper.
there a reply? Do you have a reply?
Write it down. He wants me to attend a dinner. Tell him I'm far too busy for such trifles. You're amazed that I would refuse the request of a prince, huh? There are thousands of princes. There's only one, Beethoven. You can tell him Beethoven said so.
Think you're something, don't you? Hey, look! It's the Ape Man!
Shut up! Leave him alone. You know he can't hear you. You wouldn't say anything if he could. You're just a bunch of sissy-faced cowards.
You want to make something of it?
Yeah.
Ah!
Hey, you okay?
How many times do I have to tell you, you dreadful dragon of a woman, I do not want to be disturbed? I'm very sorry, my dear madam. I had no idea it was you. I thought it was your charming housekeeper. Please, let me clear away a few things here. The shutters. Well, don't worry. After I move, you can sell them. I've heard they demand a good price. Beethoven composed on them.
Oh, I see. I hadn't heard that.
There's no logic in this world. So, you used to teach piano?
Yes.
And do you play yourself? Talk slowly. Face me.
I play a bit.
A bit? You play a bit? You either play or you don't. You play, don't you?
Yes, I play.
Then play. This one. Please. Wrote that.
You did.
Such nonsense from me. Beethoven, Beethoven. What a donkey.
The bells. My husband used to love the bells. You can hear them so well from here.
Yeah. What are you saying?
The bells. I love the bells.
So did I.
Master Kurt.
Sophie, how are you?
Oh, thank goodness, a familiar face. We're surrounded by strangers. Uncle Kurt, come up.
I'm being called. Thank you, Sophie.
Like this. Get it through your thick heads. Chimpanzee, you sow-bellied, listen to me. Holtz, you're playing as if you were sawing logs. Stop whispering.
They say their instruments are not nimble enough for your quick notes.
It's their fingers that aren't nimble enough, not the instruments. Now, again. Even without ears, I can tell you're not with me. You, in the doorway. Stop skulking and get in here. You're late. They are the ones who cannot keep time with me.
Perhaps you should use this, sir. All the students at the conservatory are using it. It's a new invention.
Who do you think it was invented for?
I just thought...
Here.
Oh, no, I couldn't really. I'm just a student.
From the top of the page. That phrase won't work. Pen, paper. Just a pen, I need one now.
You should have thought of that before you destroyed the last one.
What, no pens? No pencils? Then get some. Now, go!
Go get Mr. Beethoven some pens, and be quick about it.
Mr. Schindler! Uncle! Mother!
What are you doing, gatekeeper?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I brought the pens. Oh, I guess the rehearsals.
It's over. It's time for a walk. You coming or not?
I'd like to be a gypsy.
Face me when you talk.
It's not important.
Face me, then talk.
I'd like to be a gypsy.
So would all musicians. But to be a great one, you must have the spirit of a gypsy and the discipline of a soldier. Now, did you take music lessons?
I used to, but the twins were always bothering me, and I never had time to practice, and...
Too many words, gatekeeper. It was a simple question. Yeah. Do you take music lessons? You quit. Music isn't something you can quit. You'll find that out. You quit. So, you have a very nice mother. She even plays the piano passably. Tell me about your father. What did he do?
He was a doctor.
Write it down. A doctor. And it's my experience that all doctors are quacks and charlatans.
I miss him.
As you should. Well, my boy, even though you lost your father at a young age, at least your memories of him are happy.
Aren't yours?
My father was not a happy man. He drank. I can remember, I was far younger than you. Many times he'd come home in the middle of the night, pull me out of bed, practice, he'd say, practice. So I would. Till dawn. Then I'd go back to bed. To the sound of the morning bells. No, I have very few happy memories of my father. Time to go. Insufferable meddling!
How was I to know it wasn't just scrap paper, you devil of a man? It was all just scribbles.
Scribbles? You call my symphony scribbles? Stay out!
Oh, that's the end, madam. I am leaving this house of horrors.
Sophie, what happened? Oh, my goodness, let me help you.
It's just too much. Too much.
I think you were right. It will be best when Mr. Beethoven leaves.
He's leaving?
He finds the weather here too cold now. He said he may go to Baden. And I've been thinking I might teach piano again. It would be enough to keep us. And you'd be happier, too, wouldn't you?
Well, it can't be too soon for me, madam. Oh, if he stays, I go. He's a beast, madam. He's a beast. He has utterly no rules of conduct.
People like Mr. Beethoven don't follow rules. They make their own.
Do you know how it feels to say to people, face me, write it down, I'm deaf? You don't know. How could you know?
Calm yourself. You have work to do.
How can I admit to losing the one sense which ought to be more perfect in me than anyone? A sense which I once possessed in the highest perfection, a perfection few in my profession enjoy or have ever enjoyed.
I know. I know.
For 6 years now, 6 years I've suffered. Made even worse by senseless physicians deceiving me, giving me false hope. Do you know what humiliation I feel standing next to that young boy who hears a violin in the distance? And I hear nothing, I hear nothing. I live alone. Like a man who's been banished.
I knocked, but you didn't hear me. My father designed this. Not all physicians are quacks.
Thank you.
Try it.
Can you hear me?
You should be in bed, gatekeeper. Don't keep my hours.
Good night.
Good night, Christoph.
Good evening. Come in. Good evening.
Sophie, you look wonderful.
Well, it's no thanks to you, Master Kurt. That man upstairs will put me in an early grave.
Oh, how are my two favorite ladies? Good evening, good evening. My invitation from Mr. Beethoven himself. He's to be performing his new symphony in 2 weeks, and I'm to be part of the orchestra. My classmates are wild with envy.
Sometimes, Kurt, I think we've suffered Mr. Beethoven for only your benefit.
Oh, now, don't be like that. It's for your benefit as well. How many people will be able to say they heard the first informal rehearsal of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony under their own roof?
If there still is a roof after this night, I don't know how I'll ever get the children to sleep. Come along now. Sasha, Lucy, time for bed. Good night. Good night. Christoph, you too.
Mother.
Now.
Why have you stopped?
The notes are far too high.
We can't possibly do it.
Oh, write it down, write it down.
It is too high.
It is not too high. It is perfect. It's your voice that's not perfect.
Tell him there must be some changes made.
Yeah, now, don't go moaning to him. He'll do you no good. Ladies, my dear ladies, if I didn't think you could do it, you wouldn't be here.
You, Mr. Beethoven, are a tyrant. Is he not?
What'd you say?
You are a tyrant.
Well, I am a tyrant because I am right. The way God is right.
Well, then we must go on torturing ourselves in the name of God.
Yes, please.
Wer ein großes Vorbelungen, eines Freundes Träumelein.
Now, we're not together. I can feel it. You're not much of a violinist. The strings won't miss you. Conduct, I'll watch.
Ja, wer auch nur eine Seele
Come, Christoph.
What are you doing? Why are you crying?
You must feel it, too. Your music would make anyone cry.
Composers don't cry. Composers are made of fire. No. Wait. Join us.
Please. Well, young man, are you coming to the concert? Anyone who puts up with all his nonsense should be rewarded.
Well, of course. Gatekeeper and his mother will have tickets. There! I need that shirt for the concert tomorrow. It does me no good at the water.
Oh, at least it will be clean, which is more than I can say for your mouth.
Yeah?
Is that all the thanks I get? I spent all morning cleaning your wretched manuscripts.
And, madam, I spent all afternoon putting them back in the right order.
You are a despicable man. You'll be lucky if my husband doesn't come and finish you off.
Send him over. I'll put him out of his misery. There's a cold. My shirts are too stiff. The room is a mess. And you won't learn.
What sort of a mood is he in?
Not a great one.
Stay away from my paper.
I've had enough of you. Find your own blessed housekeeper. I'd rather work with the devil himself.
The devil wouldn't have you. Good riddance. Where's my new coat? That's where you were all morning and afternoon, wasn't it? At the tailor's. You certainly weren't here helping me. How can I be ready for the concert tomorrow? I'm surrounded by half-wits. Where is the coat?
It wasn't ready. It won't be ready on time.
Don't stand there nodding your head like a metronome. I want my new coat. Wait, now, where is it? be ready. What do you mean it won't be ready? So, now I have to do work again I have already done. Get out! Get out!
Just when things were getting better, I've ruined them. He'll probably never speak to me again. He'll forget all about the tickets.
Oh, come on. Mr. Beethoven is famous for his temper. His moods aren't your fault. But imagine how frustrating his life must be. He hears no voices, no wind in the trees, no pealing of bells. Imagine he hears no music, not even his own. So he has a temper. Who wouldn't? But Christoph, when you hear his music, you know that he has a great heart. Too great to be angry for long, especially with a friend.
There, Your Royal Highness. You can come off your high horse now.
My dear madam, I apologize for my inexcusable behavior. And I thank you for the favor. If I may ask another one of you, please give these tickets to the boy.
You know, you're not half bad when you keep a civil tongue in your head.
Pacing. Can't you sleep? You're too excited. So am I. But you should try to sleep. Tomorrow will come soon enough. I wonder what he's thinking of.
He's hearing something beautiful in his head. I never heard anything like it. To think it was all in his head. Poor Mr. Beethoven couldn't even hear us. Finally, Uncle Kurt and one of the sopranos turned him around. Mr. Beethoven bowed and bowed. That concert seems so long ago. And now, he's gone. But I think his music will never die. Mr. Beethoven once told me he thought he could change the world with his music. Maybe he will, bit by bit.